Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, my s10 shopping garage. Of course, I'm Mike. Alright, hope everyone's doing good and great, and keep the wrenches turning and easy on the knuckles. Okay, thanks to all my subscribers, and hope this video of X amount of parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth, has helped you out on a shortcut to get to the source of the problem. And I haven't totally figured it out yet, but I believe I'm close to it. On my s10 aveo, and this does work for other years of the aveo manual shift, that is. Now, I've watched other videos, and I'm learning at this. It's taken time, it's taken some finance, but I'm making headway. I just haven't knuckled down to have it taken to the dealership to get fixed. I'm trying my darndest to avoid this like everyone else does, because that's not cheap. But you got to do what you got to do. So I went ahead and took the liberty to take the crank sensor off, and it's a tight fit. I will be showing you most of this. In time, I would suggest that you to take out the passenger side transaxle, half shaft, whatever you want to call it, to give you more room. Got to drop the starter, a few brackets to get into this, because it is up in there. The hole that you're going to be working in at is approximately a half inch wide by an inch long, which makes it rectangle, and it's a tight fit once you get the starter off. Yeah. So, give me just a second here. Okay. I bought this at O'Reilly's. They're a cheaper one, but it gives me the codes. And for the green, I'm just not going to show you the actual scanner, but this gives you a reference on what it is. And actually, see if I can get you, suppose that's the part number for it. See what else there might be on here for you. I'll take it that's pretty much it. Whoops. I guess you do the hashtag thing. Okay. I can't always get my buddy with his high-tech equipment and his knowledge on the electronics of this. Excuse me. Now, I know on the video I did with him in it, I don't edit my videos. I don't doubt you all didn't see what I wanted you to see for the most part. So I did it this way. And it came up with a code, permanent code, right on the scanner, right here on the face of it. PO315 and PO807. Permanent. That's what it reads. The scanner, that is. Now, two codes of 4. 2 on the 315 and 2 on the 807. And unfortunately it reads permanent, so I've got to figure out now whether I got to have the PCM deleted by a professional, or get him back over here to do it for me, or call someone else to get over here at the house to do it, or take it to the shop and get it done. I will keep you updated on that. But that's the two codes. 315, if I remember correctly, is for the crank position sensor, which is this apparatus right here. 3-wire. It's called the Hall effect type sensor, 3-wire. And CKP, crankshaft sensor. Yeah. Okay. It's electronic setup and magnetic, and it has to be, the power has to be supplied to it. I did find out on this that if that goes out for whatever reason, no crank, no start, it shuts through the PCM, everything down, fuel pump and all. And that's exactly the symptoms that I had. But the PCM I put in, or the reflash one I put in, excuse me, give me a second. Okay. that this thing can shut everything down. I do not recommend or suggest to crank over your motor manually with a screwdriver to the solenoid. I did see information, read it, that it's not advisable. But I did, hopefully so far it hasn't hurt anything. I did have it running twice, then run it long, just see if it start. Everything's working by cranking the motor and starting. And I do believe this is the culprit. Possibility with the 807 code, I might have these two turned around, hopefully not. The other one, or the 807 code, and if I'm, like I said, not mistaken, that's for the clutch pedal sensor, as I call it, safety neutral switch. But it's for a stick shift, not the automatic. That could do it. I'm not swapping that out again just yet, but this I am. Now here's what I want to show you. I watched the video that as tight as clearance that you have up in there, which you'll see and hear a little bit, this bolt doesn't just fall out, which is a plus. And I mean, this is super duper tight. You're taking a hold, this magnetic pickup barely fits in at a 5/32 Allen wrench. I was going to use a socket Allen wrench to do it, but if that pops off, I don't want it stuck. I have to pull the motor trans out to get that out of there. That would be a nightmare in itself and a whole new, different, long video. So here's what I suggest. Allen wrench, set up self, not welded. Once it gets tight enough, that starts to turn like a Newton click torque wrench. This might only go a Newton meter tight, but hand tight's good. Get in there, finagle yourself up in there being a contortionist, and get it in there. It's going to be tedious, I guarantee it. But here's the catch. One of the videos I watched states that this will not fall out. Well, that part's true, as you can see. But if you keep backing it out and not tug on this cable, guess what happens? If you don't tug it to keep tension on that bolt, now look. Uh-oh, and you may not be knowing it, and guess what? Worst case scenario. I just don't want to drop the bolt. I hope not. It comes out, if it drops down in there, oh, you're going to be crying. I would. So, that's what I suggest on how to do it. Slight tension on the cable to the sensor. Since you're swapping it out, can't hurt it. And other than that, we're good to go to get it lined up, and it's going to be a job to do. And do your thing. And just hand tighten it. But friendly reminder, as you back it out, tug the cable and bring it on out. And it stays just like this. Okay. Now, here's the OEM one. Still the same way. I do believe that this is the problem. We'll find out here in a little bit because I'm hoping we're going to get it started today. If not, we'll get into it Saturday and see what little else I can do and get her going. She's been down for a while and I miss driving her. But you'll need to take this rubber grommet off the OEM one. Now the new one comes with the insulation piece. I just took it off of this and be doing it. I want to see if there's a break in the wire. And over time, she's, 13 years old and 164 and change on the clock. Look at the curve difference with the heat. It's baked that way, basically. Now, you could test these things, but the thing about it is that I found out, more than likely, my ohm meter is not sensitive enough to pick the current up. Plus, I need the magnet on this one, which I didn't do, but this didn't read, nor did the OEM one, and I don't believe my handheld ohm meter could do this. Now, if you try it and succeed, get back to me, and show me how it's done. I just haven't pursued that far. Now with the OEM one later on and just piddle-diddling around, I might try that and need a magnet for this end. And not to touch it, just not to break current. And see what happens. That could possibly be a future video. Okay, now, all right, we're gonna go out to the car. I'm gonna show you the area we're working in. And like I said, I would have taken the axle out, but I just didn't. But I would suggest to do that. Gives you a lot more room. How much help it'll be, that I don't know. So let's go out there, and I will put you on pause once it gets started to get this done, and with the starter on hooked up, and see what we have. So give me a second. We're 11 minutes into this. Okay, I'm back, and just to assure, 5:30 seconds. And if I can get up in there with this, I'm going to give it a final hand tighten to snug it. That's all I'm going to need. But to start it with, I may even use this, even though it's a ball type setup, get the bolt started. But you're going to see here shortly how tight this is. Give me just a second, under we go. All right, here we are, under it, on our back. Looks familiar, deja vu, huh? That's the transaxle right here. If I'd have known all this, I'd have went and pulled it out. Gave me a bit more elbow room. As you can see, starter's out. Makes a huge difference. And a second, I'm going to be moving around, jumping around a bit. So bear with me, please. And the bigger hole, as you can see right there. Okay, I'm going to try to do this two-handed. Wish me luck here. Starter hole right there. And now that rectangle hole right there, that's where that sensor magnetic piece goes. Now you see what you and I are up against. It is a bear. There's the flywheel. And there's two magnets that I know of in the back of the flywheel that does the magnetic pickup circuit connect, which without touching, for the sensor to read that the crank is in the right position and firing ready to go. So I'm going to pause this for a bit, hope it don't shut off, and get this up in there and we can go from there. So give me a second and let's get to it. I'm back, just keeping the recorder from shutting off, so no luck yet. Still no luck yet. This is going to get time to give you neck cramps. Sorry about this. We're 13 minutes into this, and I still haven't got it connected yet. You're going to be a darn good contortionist. It's easier coming out than going in. So on that note, being tomorrow Saturday, I'm going to jump onto this and try it again. So it's going to be a multi-part setup. Sorry about that, but other than that, keep the wrenches turning, ease on the knuckles, and catch me on the flip side. Thanks, everyone. Bye.